Hey, it's Kyle Metcalf with Cross Country Mortgage, and I'm here with a housing market update for Houston, Texas in August 2023. All right, so even though we've been seeing a few indicators in the negative zone, the Houston housing market is showing some serious resilience. It's like that saying, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. And that's exactly what this market seems to be doing. It's bouncing back from the pandemic and rising interest rates. Now, I know you might be wondering, wait, didn't you just say there were negative indicators? Well, yes, but here's the thing. Home sales across Greater Houston were down for the 16th month in a row. But here's the kicker. The rate of decline was actually the smallest we've seen in over a year. Progress, my friends. According to the July 2023 market update by the Houston Association of Realtors, single-family home sales took a bit of a hit, falling by about 8.5% year over year. In plain English, that means around 7,557 homes were sold compared to 8,256 in July 2022. But hey, here's a silver lining. This drop is the smallest we've seen since sales dipped by 7.6% back in June of 2022. You might be wondering about the supply of homes. Well, it's at around 3.2 months, the highest we've seen since May of 2020, when it was 3.3 months. But remember, we're comparing it to the pre-pandemic July of 2019. And in that context, home sales are down by about 15.3%. And hey, rentals of single-family homes and townhomes, condos are still going strong too. Each month, we're getting closer to what we consider normal. It's like the housing market is finding its groove again. While some folks are still being cautious with the whole home buying thing, renting is also a popular choice. Now, let's talk numbers. Single-family home prices are finding their balance. The average price went up 0.6%, reaching about $428,140. On the other hand, the median price went down by 2.3% to $340,000. Those prices are still below the record highs we saw in May of June 2022. Total property sales and total dollar volume also took a hit compared to the previous year. Total dollar volume was around $3.7 billion, down from $4 billion the year before. But hey, single-family pending sales actually went up by 12.1%. And get this, there were about 13.2% more active listings than in 2022. Speaking of inventory, in July, the months of inventory expanded to 3.2 months. That's the most we've seen since May of 2020, when it was 3.3 months. And just to put things in context, the national housing inventory sits at around 3.1 months, according to the National Association of Realtors. Traditionally, a balanced market sits at around 4 to 6 months of supply, where neither the buyer nor the seller has the upper hand. When we rewind back to the pre-pandemic era of July 2019, last month's closing were about 15.3% lower. But hold up, the median price for July 2023, which is $340,000, is actually a whopping 36% higher than it was in 2019. And as for the average price of $428,140, that's a solid 37.3% increase from the $311,895 in 2019. Sales are around 5.7% lower than where they were 5 years ago in July 2018, when the volume was around 8,019. Days on the market, or the time it takes to sell a home, went up from 27 days to 42 days. And the months of inventory climbed up to 3.2 months compared to 2.4 months the year before. Just to give you a national context, the current national housing supply is around 3.1 months, as reported by the National Association of Realtors. HAR's also got some interesting data on existing single-family homes. In July, there were about 5,860 existing home sales, which is a 13.1% drop from the same month last year. The average price didn't change much, sitting at around $425,628. And the median sales price dropped slightly by 1.1%. In conclusion, inventory is a little higher than last year, but sales prices remain relatively the same. This is a great time for buyers because they can make offers that include seller contributions because of the slow demand. When rates drop, we expect to see a whole lot more competition in the market. Well, that's your market update for Houston, Texas. I hope you guys enjoyed, and subscribe to get more updates.